My wife cheated on me. I didn't understand everything right away. It started with little things. The phone that she started taking with her more often, even to the bathroom. The look that used to be warm, but now became distant, as if she was looking through me. And the silence. That same silence between words. When it seems like everything has been said, but the heart feels that something is missing. I attributed it to fatigue, to work, to a bad period. We were together for 8 years. That's a lot. This is when you no longer ask every day how the day went, because you kind of already know. This is when you kiss out of habit and not from an inner impulse. This is when love has not disappeared, but has become something quiet, warm, background, like the light in the hallway that you forgot to turn off. One day I woke up at 3 in the morning and didn't find her next to me. The light was on in the kitchen. She was standing by the window smoking, although she had quit 5 years ago, and crying. When I approached, she wiped her tears and said, "Sorry, I just can't sleep. Something came over me. Don't pay attention." I nodded. I hugged her. I convinced myself that it was just stress. But a split had already begun inside. Subtle, almost imperceptible, like a hairline crack in glass. And with each passing day, the crack crept further. A week later, I noticed a barely noticeable mark on her neck, as if from a kiss. I said nothing. I just looked at her for a long time, until she turned away. Then she went to work, and I was left with this feeling, as if my whole world had shifted a little, as if the house you live in suddenly tilted a little, and all the things began to slide to one side. I checked her phone while she was sleeping. Yes, it is low. Yes, it is a betrayal of trust. But I already felt that the betrayal had happened a long time ago. He was there. Artyom. Messages that left no room for doubt. The way you smell after a shower is crazy. When you're around, the whole world doesn't matter. I miss you. I count the minutes. 2 months. Everything had been going on for 2 months already. I didn't make a scene. I just sat on the balcony and smoked. I think I was aging faster than ever in my life. In the morning I said, "We need to talk." She understood. She didn't deny it. She didn't lie. She didn't wriggle out of it. She just lowered her eyes and said, "I can't live in this lie anymore. Forgive me." Sometimes the worst thing is that a person asks for forgiveness sincerely, because then it's impossible to blame them like before. It's impossible to hate. Only the pain remains, pure, cold, like a shard of glass in the chest. We talked for a long time. She said that she felt lonely, that I had become distant, that love was gone, that she felt something forgotten in him, like in the beginning, infatuation, passion, interest, and that it was not only about sex, that she was alive with him. It is difficult to argue when someone says that with you he is dead. I did not ask her to stay. I did not conjure her. I just packed my bag, took my laptop, passport, and left. Somehow, stupidly, I even turned off the light behind me, as if it was important. The first days were a fog. I lived with a friend, slept in fits and starts, stared at the ceiling. Then I started running in the mornings. I got back my old hobby, photography. I started calling my father and sister more often. I began to feel, little by little, that I could breathe. Not right away, not easily, but I could. She wrote once a week. She asked how I was. Once she invited me for coffee, just to talk. I refused, not because I'm angry, but because I'm not ready to hear how everything is complicated, but she doesn't regret it. I'm not ready for her repentant look, or for the fact that everything is fine with her. We are not enemies, but we are not friends either. We are now strangers. Sometimes I think what would have happened if I had come to the kitchen earlier, or asked how she was more often, or listened not automatically, but for real. But maybe we just needed each other at that time in life. And then we stopped. It happens. Sometimes love is not forever. Sometimes it just happens, teaches us something important, and goes away. Now I feel alive again, in some ways even more real than before all this. And you know the strangest thing? I don't hold a grudge. I'm just sorry that we couldn't save what was once the most precious. But that's also a part of life. Being betrayed is not the end. It is a transition through pain to your true self.